time to start the show. And then now the encoder is started. Play. Woo! All right. Sheri, what's cracking?
What up? Good to be on the show.
Man, welcome to the Michael Jackson Show.
And he's back, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm your host, the dusty, one and only Michael Jackson. Sorry, I'm still trying to get my phone all set up so I can make sure I can see it all. Auto lock, never. All right, here we go. But we have the CEO of Track Talk Radio. Sheri's in the house, boss lady. So told you we were gonna have a co-host or start having a host on the show, whether it be guest or actual co-host. But our first one is Sheri. So
what up, everybody?
Welcome.
Thanks.
Happy to have you. I'm glad you're here.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, it is.
I know, it's a little late.
I'm about to say what day, fam. It's the 21st. Happy New Year 2021. It's right around the corner. Because it damn sure feels like it. We're already 21 days into January, and a lot of bullshit has happened to all of us out here in the Northwest. We had snow days last week. And during that time, I had the flu. I had laryngitis. I was all beat up. So I'm finally on the road to recovery. That's why my voice sounds like this. I sound terrible. But it is what it is. Let's see. Can they hear the show?
Are we here? Are we there?
Yeah, that people are saying. People are saying they can hear the music playing. So they just listening to the music. That's how it starts.
That's how we start.
So I don't listen to the music because I'm on here talking. But the first song playing is Promiscuous by Nelly Furtado. I know y'all remember that. That was the cut back in the day. Promiscuous girl.
Michael Jackson loves to play.
Yeah, I play the
old school cuts, you know what I'm saying?
I play a lot of old cuts. This is the stuff that just be on my iTunes, so I figured why not. But today we have, I don't want to say we have a lot to talk about. We're obviously going to talk to our guest. We're going to get to know Sheri a little bit more, and we're going to talk about the future of Track Talk Radio and how the Michael Jackson Show fits within that. We're going to talk about USA Bank and their dusty ass for firing a girl for doing a good deed. Out of the kindness of her heart during the holidays, she took a man some of her own money so he wouldn't be stranded and miss Christmas with his kids. And USA Bank decided that they wanted to fire her for that. That's garbage. So we're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about me today being banned from Facebook for a month. All because some girl said that I was being a bully when I was not being a bully. I just dismissed the fact that she said that to me. I don't want to hear that shit. You're an adult. I know what bullying is. Bullying is when you're in elementary school, you're the only black kid, and you get chased around the playground, get spit on, get called a nigger, and get a piece of wood thrown at your chest, and have to go to the hospital.
Is this personal experience?
That happened to me when I was in the first grade.
I was bullied too as a kid. I had a whole, I was called an ugly duckling. I was called all kinds of different things. And I had a whole egg thrown in my face.
Bro.
Like the whole thing, it just cracked right on my face.
Crazy.
I was devastated.
See, that's real.
Look at me now. Look at us now.
What I got banned for was this stupid ass meme that I've posted over 100 times, where it's a girl who has really big gums and really small teeth. And at the top of the tweet, it says, there's a black girl, and it says something to the effect of, I think black guys are disgusting and I would never ever be with a black man. And then beside her picture, it has comments. And one of the comments is from a black man, and he just says something to the effect of, well, don't nobody want you with your uppercase gums and your lowercase teeth. And it's funny. Apparently, whoever
your name is Michael Jackson.
Exactly. My name is Michael Jackson. All I do is post memes. It's funny. The problem with today is that my show page has now been banned because it's connected to my Facebook.
For what, 30 days?
30 days.
That is a grip. I've been banned before. Not really banned, but I've been blocked from posting in groups before. No longer than 2 weeks. 2 weeks was the longest one.
30 days. And I get it. It's because I'm black and I'm a repeat offender. It's mainly the second part and none of the first part because it's the internet. It could be the first part, but I know she reported me because I'm black. Because she didn't like the fact that I was dismissive to her comment about her being bullied. Now, I'm going to tell you something, little lady. I care that you were bullied. I don't care that as an adult that you were getting on my page on the internet and crying about how you were bullied back in the day. I don't care about that because my page is for jokes. What happened to you, if in fact is true, is unfortunate. No one wants to see anybody get bullied, but you're a goddamn adult. And it's time to grow up like I told you. That post was up for almost a day and a half until you got on there and started commenting, and all of a sudden you got in your feelings, and now I can't access my show page for a month because of you. I mean, probably because of me, but mainly because of you. I don't like that shit, Sheri. 30 days? What are we gonna do? We're gonna be on IG. I'm trying to get Twitter hot. So look, follow me on Twitter, Meaningful Jackson. Instagram, yes. Meaningful Jackson. Snapchat, don't follow me on Snapchat. I don't really use that shit no more.
You can follow me on Snapchat at
there
Ms.
you
Tata.
go. Plug all your stuff, Sheri. Tell them who you are. Go ahead.
Well, some of you may or may not know me, but I am the CEO of Track Talk Radio. I've been around since 2007. Started out as a podcast, and some years ago, I decided to get some broadcasting software and do a whole radio show so I can support independent hip-hop music, hip-hop, rap, trap, and R&B from all over the world. We are worldwide, and we do accept all genres. Please, if you know somebody that does rock or whatever, have them send it over. I am trying to expand. I've had a hard time doing that because they come on the station and all they hear is hip-hop, and they're like, I don't think I fit here. I'm like, I'm trying to make it so you can.
Fam, we got a place for you.
Yeah, we got a place for you and a home for you. Also, if you have a podcast and or a show that you would like to either do live on the station or syndicate, please hit me up at tracktalkmusic@gmail.com and we'll get you on.
Hey,
yes.
It's lit. I'm telling y'all. People always say, oh, you're on the radio? I'll be like, yeah, I'm on the radio a couple times a week. And I don't know why, but they seem to think that it's like not real. Like some people, not that it's not real, but like it's weird to know that just a dusty dude like me is just on the radio. Fam, Sheri did it. And now I'm here. We're lit.
We do have topics to talk about tonight, but I want people that are tapped in and tuned in and also see this in the future on YouTube on the Meaningful Jackson Show and Podcast. Is that what it is?
Yeah, the page says Show and Podcast because there was supposed to be a separate podcast, but I ain't been doing it because I've just been doing this twice a week. And this seems more fun than me just like spending time recording by myself in my room. I'd rather just do it all on the radio. So I kind of just morphed it into one. There probably will be other podcasts that will be attached to this that I do with other people, but right now it's just this, and then that's kind of it. Because the podcast is kind of on hold.
But make sure you guys subscribe to his YouTube. And then also I was brought up a question today, just to bring it up, and we don't have to talk about today. This can be a future show. What do people think about FM radio and online radio? And do we think FM radio will fade out and online is the new wave? I've been saying that for years, but that's my opinion. Make sure you guys comment in the post and let us know what you think.
Yeah, for sure. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't listen to FM radio.
Me neither.
At all.
Ever. I mean, unless I'm in the car. And I read something today, and that's what most people said. Also, people said that they listen to it at their home, but I don't think so. I think they listen to podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, and different things like that.
Shoot, probably. Oh shit, here we go. Once the song, I'm about to intro the show. That's what I'm about to do. All right, let me just turn the mic on. Hold up, man. Let me stop that, man. What's crack-a-lacking with it, y'all? Your boy Meaningful Jackson is in the house. Welcome back. I'm talking to myself in that moment because I missed last week because I was sick. And you could probably still hear it in my voice. I can't talk that well, but we are back. We are live on Track Talk Radio. We are recording the show right now. And I'm saying we because Sheri's in the house this week. So I think I had said last week or the week before whenever I was on that she was going to be on, but we had a scheduling conflict, but we got it all worked out. So me and Sheri are sitting here. We're recording the show live. We just had the music playing, so I think you heard songs by Nelly Furtado. And Big Sean was the second one. That I don't fuck with you. Now I was just going in on this little dust bunny little girl who got me banned from Facebook today for 30 days. And a lot of people might be like, fam, who cares? Nigga, I care because now I can't access my show page. I can't post the show. I can't repost posts that I've already made about past shows. I can't do none of that shit. So we might have lost like 5 fans today. That girl is hurting my dreams. I don't appreciate that. So anyway, yeah, I got banned because of a meme. I was kind of just explaining what was going on. Basically, some bozo got all in her feelings because she said that I was trying to bully people because I posted something with some girl with some janky ass teeth. It happened. So I'm on suspension for 30 days. It's not the first time, nor will it ever be the last time that I'm banned from that place. But I'm thinking now that we just go to Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
What do you think, Sheri?
I definitely think we should go to Twitter. I have a huge following on there, and I know that you are also having more and more people come to your Twitter page. Twitter is actually one of my favorite places to post a lot of things. Your show, my show, and everything that's going on with, well, you know, Track Talk Radio.
Hey, tell them about Track Talk Radio.
I will. I'll get to it. But I think it's bullshit that you got banned for 30 days. And like I said prior, I've never been banned for more than 2 weeks, ever. Usually I'm banned for overposting. I'm a mad poster, I would say.
That's the one thing I've never been banned for.
I've been banned several times for mad posting. I've learned to get around it, though. I'll let you guys know how that goes later.
Yeah, you need to let me know what the secret is in regards to not being banned or
you got
minimizing your
banned
ban
because somebody
time.
reported you. I don't get reported. I get banned for basically what they would say spamming people. Although I'm not spamming, I'm just posting in a whole bunch of different groups. And if you do that too much in a certain period of time, then they will ban you.
Yo, and that brings me to my next point. And I don't know if this is what you were talking about, but I'm gonna say this because this Facebook is complete garbage. Some of you people that are admins to groups and all that, fam, that's not a real job. Okay? You're not some fucking holier than thou. You're not top flight security. You're not Craig and Data. You're not none of those niggas, all right? You are an admin on a Facebook group. I seen one the other day, and this is why people invite me to groups, and I'll like creep in the group because I want to see how the admins act. And I seen one where the girl posted talking about, y'all got 5 minutes to do roll call, and if not, I'm gonna go in and delete people. Like, listen.
I couldn't even do that. There's too many people in my group.
Well, her group must be whack as shit if she really was about to spend time just deleting people off there. But look, you're just an admin. You're nobody special. I know that you probably hate your life. You probably hate your Facebook. and you're trying to find ways to make this shit fun. Just come over to Twitter with the rest of us. And Twitter's mad old. I'm going back to Twitter. I used to be on Twitter a lot.
I was addicted to Twitter. I mean, legitimately addicted to Twitter. Probably like 2015. I couldn't even sleep. I would just be on there.
I wasn't that damn addicted to
it. I was addicted. Twitter was my shit.
I gotta take my big black ass to sleep every now and again. I can't just be on Twitter all day. But I will say, yo, you know what? Who am I gonna shout out? I do have. I'm gonna do some Twitter follower shout outs a little bit later in the show. We're gonna get to that because there actually is somebody who makes really dope music and someone that I follow. And I think my man really appreciates the humor that I bring to Twitter because he's always retweeting my stuff. He retweets all of his fans, which I can appreciate that because there's some of these celebrities that's like, look now, like we made some of y'all. And some of y'all really act like you're too big to just, hit that little retweet button or, put some emojis on there. Like, don't act like you're that busy. We know some of y'all are out of work momentarily. It's okay. So you have some time to be on Twitter. And if I'm taking time out of my day to retweet you or say something funny to you, you need to acknowledge that shit. Because some of y'all, without us, you'd be nothing. Nothing, nigga. Anyway.
So follow him on Twitter.
Follow me on Twitter. Memecle Jackson, that's my Twitter handle. Same thing for my Instagram. Follow me on there. I'm done with Facebook because they keep banning me over dumb shit. Now I can't use the show page, so we're gonna have to find another way to spit all this content out to you guys. So, and then also go to my YouTube page under the same name, Meemkle Jackson.
And you can follow me on everything at Track Talk Radio. IG,
Track Talk Radio.
Twitter, and Facebook.
IG, Twitter, and Facebook.
Oh, and
Track Talk
LinkedIn
Radio.
too. LinkedIn is good too.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't use my LinkedIn. If you
should.
follow me on LinkedIn, okay. I had some people reach out to me last week talking about how to do it. What? You gonna add me on LinkedIn to your professional network? No, nigga. I don't use it.
I do.
Sheri uses hers though. Reach out to Sheri, or you can reach out to Steph. Steph is managing my stuff, and then we'll chop it up like that. What's another thing you guys are using? What's Wix or whatever?
Oh, that's my website. It's tracktalkradio.com, and I do have an app. If you guys get it in your email or on a social media site that says join it, please do. That just means you're a member, and you can. We have a networking site on there. We have a forum. We have groups. We have blogs. All types of things that you can do in order to network and showcase your music.
Well, you heard it there first, man. Track Talk Radio, we're about to take over. You guys thought I was playing, so shout out to everybody that's affiliated, everybody that's working hard. We're gonna have some. I don't know. Can I talk about the interviews? Not talk about. I'll just say we're gonna have some.
Yes,
I'm gonna say what I want to say. Look.
Yeah, we can.
We have some good interviews coming up.
We haven't set the date yet, but we are in talks of doing them, and they are going to happen, but we don't know when yet.
They will be on this station. Yes. We're going to just say that for right now because we're still working out details, but I think these are some interviews that people will be very interested in, especially one that involves somebody local. And unfortunately, we hate to interview anybody under the circumstances of death, but unfortunately, there is some mystery, some intrigue, and unfortunate loss of life. But I think it's going to be good to put that on this show and bring that to people because people need to know what happened. Well, we have questions. The victim's family has questions. So the interview is going to be crazy. Stay tuned for that. Young brother, stay strong. You and your family, prayers up. We're gonna bring this to the world because something ain't sounding right, and we need to get to the bottom of that shit. The second interview actually involves something that I've already talked about on this show, and it's very interesting because it involves a record company.
Which is weird because I didn't even know that you had previously talked about it, and then I came to you about it, and we're like,
Exactly.
Seems good.
The stars are aligning. So I'm just gonna say it's gonna be crazy. So 2020 is gonna be a good year for Track Talk Radio. Everyone involved. It's gonna be great for the Meemkle Jackson Show. It's gonna be great for Sheri, and we're planning to kill it. So, I guess we can get into the show. We're gonna start with USA Bank. So, Sheri, I don't know if you heard about this, but
a little bit.
During the holidays, we had a young fellow who was trying to get his check from his employer to, go to his account so he could provide his young kids with Christmas. The bank put a hold on the check, obviously, because that's what all banks do. Matter of fact, Navy Federal, I'm still waiting on my check, bro. Stop playing with me. I did e-deposit last week, still waiting, fam. Anyway, I don't play about my money. But anyway.
It's like playing with your emotions.
Exactly. USA Bank, they put a hold on my man's check, and it happens. The only problem is he was kind of stranded, didn't have money for gas or food. It was kind of a big deal. And the check is, it's his check. He works hard for the money. So I guess when he's calling customer service, the person he's speaking to happens to be local, which doesn't usually happen. Usually when you call customer service, you're talking to somebody that is not even in the same probably coast as you. But he just happened to be talking to someone local. They would not, remove the hold on his check. And so since he was stranded, this young bank manager who was 3 miles away from him decided that she would go and give him some of her own money to help him at least get by to the next day. Her own money.
Last I checked, you can do whatever you want with your own money.
That's what I thought. I thought you were able to. Because, it almost sounded like, and her supervisor gave her permission to do this. So the crazy part is that they both ended up getting fired. And basically what the bank was trying to say was that they felt like she put herself in an unsafe position by leaving the job to go meet with a customer. And I guess it was like inappropriate, communication or contact with a customer.
Supervisor let her go. And by the way, what if he came to the bank and got the check? I mean, she probably would have got fired. They would have been like, you endangered the bank. I mean, I don't understand.
She had no prior incidents on her record, no nothing. Good lady, doing everything by the book, and then they ended up firing her. She was able to go back to work that day, and I think she was able to work like her next shift. And then I think after that, she like showed up one day and they were like, hey, yo, you're fired. Crazy
so
shit.
They're allowed to let you come back to work a whole other shift, and then fire you? That's some weird shit. That seems weird to me.
US Bank or USA Bank, whatever you are, you're garbage. Because one of your, your company mottos is that you were, to some effect, you're there for the people, right? That's what most of y'all said, that you were there for the people. If that is the case, why would you fire somebody for helping out a stranded, technically stranger to them, but this is somebody that banks with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you really are there for them, you take care of their, them as people, it shouldn't be that big of a deal for them to go out and help this person. Ended up getting fired. And good for this lady's name is, I think her name was like Emily Thomas or something like that.
Yeah, what was her reaction? How did she handle
Well,
this?
so at first she really wanted her job back. And
Well,
then
yeah,
I think
I would want my job back too.
And then after a while, I think she realized that she didn't want to work for a company that was going to treat people like that. So
yeah, that's understandable.
good for you, girl, for not wanting to get that job back. You deserve better. Hopefully you ended up getting another opportunity at another bank. USA Bank or US Bank. Oh, I keep calling it USA Bank.
You do keep calling it USA.
US
I'm
Bank,
like, which
whatever.
one is it? Let's see.
They're hella garbage.
Well, there is a US. But anyhow, good for you, girl. Go get you a job at a different bank.
Yeah, for sure. That shit is crazy.
And
though.
hopefully you will get hired. And, not looked down upon for trying to help somebody who was in need.
Yo, Steph, I might need you to check in and let me know if there's an update on that story. Shout out to Steph who's listening to the show. But yeah, poor Emily, man, losing a job basically over nothing. I couldn't believe that shit. But anyway, from one bozo to another, I'm diving in on Monique. So earlier in my young radio career, we talked about Monique and the fact that she had been upset that Netflix wouldn't offer her big money to do a special. She's been on some sort of like rampage tour over the last couple of years where every time she does an interview, she tries to shit on Netflix and shit on other comedians for the fact that they get offers and she doesn't. Monique finally got her special. Now, I did not realize that Showtime was still in business, but apparently Showtime has offered her a special. Now, there's not a whole lot I want to say because I'm just telling you, I'm not watching that shit. And there's no disrespect to Monique, but I just don't feel like Monique is going to be as funny as like the old days. I do not think there's a shot for that.
Think she's a little bitter these days?
Do I think she's bitter? Yes, I do think she's a little bit bitter because she saw how Dave Chappelle walked away and then he came back and got the money. Now you're having to see, Eddie Murphy. He made a comeback to some degree, by doing a Saturday Night Live a couple months back or whatever. And that people were making a big deal about that. And you see companies like Netflix and like I know now Apple's got more streaming stuff that they're doing. Like there's all these companies who are streaming and they want to offer specials. But the problem is they're not offering them to people who are not funny. So Monique didn't get one because Monique's not really that funny anymore. It happens, lady. There's millions of comedians walking the earth who aren't getting special. Netflix didn't give me a special either. I don't know what to tell you.
Not yet.
I asked and they said no. And you know how I said you know how I know they said no? Because they didn't return the email. Because they didn't want me.
They didn't even say no. They were just like, pass.
Exactly. It's gonna happen. Monique was mad that they didn't want to offer her, what she thought she was worth. And I guess I could see that. If you think you're really like getting it, you're gonna want big money. But listen, those checks are not for everybody. That's why some of us are living check to check, damn near homeless or homeless. There's a lot of comedians and people who participate in that craft just like you do who are really struggling. and they're funnier than you. You were still getting opportunities, but I feel like Monique uses every chance that she can get to just complain. But I guess Showtime is they're looking to revive their business.
Maybe she should have a show called Venting with Monique.
You know what? I would probably watch a Monique talk show.
Yeah, Venting with Monique. I want all the credit for that.
So Monique, if you end up seeing this before you trash me, I might have just got you some business, okay? So watch the full interview.
Monique, you can come to Track Talk Radio and do Venting with Track Talk and Monique. However you want to do it.
Monique, we got a spot for you over here, but I'm not gonna lie to you. You won't be the #1 show on this station.
No.
Because it's gonna be me, nigga. Anyways, you know what? I mean, I'm happy for her to some degree because she finally got what she asked for, which is a special. I hope that is good, because if it's not good, here's the thing. Monique, you have to go away forever, and you have to be quiet, and you can't ever say nothing again because you were given your opportunity and you squandered it. Yeah, I mean, it's just true. If your special flops, don't come back. You're gonna have to make room for somebody else. Pass your torch. Your flame is starting to burn out. And I'm sure you can, what you should be doing is you should use your celebrity and your status and the money you have to put on other comedians. You had your opportunity to eat as a comedian. Now go manage and help develop young comedians. It's like passing on knowledge. Like, you don't get to play the game forever. And that's okay, because you were funny. You've had some really good roles. You got the Oscar nod when you was, playing the role of Precious's mama. You did all those things. Yeah. It's other people need to come up after you. It's okay. Some of these people, Eddie, Dave, even some of the white guys, you're gonna see some of these guys get to stay around forever and forever and forever. It's because they earned that right. If you're on the same court as some of these players, like the Jordans and the Kobes and the Shaqs of the world, you're a Sasha Vujacic, okay? Yeah, you're a Damon Jones type of comedian, okay? Like, you had your shine, now just do your little job and help put people on and coach and teach and do all those things. Stop trying to do it. You don't got it no more. I don't like it.
Do we know when her?
Let's see when it's coming. Do we know when
it airs, or if it's on already?
Let's see.
Because I hadn't heard about it, so.
So after going back and forth with Netflix, Monique has finally gotten her own comedy special with another network. Even though she is still in court with the streaming giant. Why is the streaming one word? The Academy Award-winning actress will be starring in her own special, Monique and Friends. Okay, Friends. So she's putting other people on.
Good for her.
Live from Atlanta on Showtime. The hour-long special will premiere on February 7th at 10 p.m. Monique, I just plugged you. Hey, Showtime. If you have the Showtime network, February 7th at 10 p.m.
Is there a name for her show?
It's called Monique and Friends, live from
Monique
Atlanta.
And Friends. You did just say that.
Yeah. So we got Donnell Rawlings will be performing, Prince T-Dub, Just Nesh, Tone X, and Corey Bell. So she has some pretty good comedians on there.
Great.
Listen, like I said, this is your opportunity. If your shit does not do well, it's okay. Just you and your husband go home and make a plan to develop young talent. If you do not do well in this, that means that you can let it go because you're no longer the talent. You need to just manage and help refine the talent, okay? It's pretty simple.
And there's no shame in that.
No, I don't think there is.
Growth in your career.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that she should be ashamed at all. She's had an illustrious career. Did I say that right? Yeah.
Very good.
She's had a really good career. Your career's been longer than my career. You have an Oscar nom, or maybe she won that. I don't know.
Check it out, guys.
Y'all know more about her than I do. I just know that her comedy hasn't been all that great. So she has an opportunity. So February 7th, I might check it out.
I might check it out.
I don't have Showtime. I'm not paying for that shit. But if y'all have Showtime, let me know how the show goes. Okay. Now, Sheri, let me ask you this. Did you ever see that documentary on, what was the thing that Dusty Ass Ja Rule was a part of? Fire Festival?
No. The answer to that is no.
You never saw that?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay, so there was this little thing this white dude set up. And basically what he tried to do is he tried to provide some type of music festival that was supposed to be like top notch. I forget where it was, like the Bahamas or something. I don't know. The island where Pablo Escobar's crib used to be at. It was all a flop. He scammed them.
I think I did hear about this. Never saw the documentary though.
Okay, so I think Hulu and Prime each had their own different but same pretty much documentary.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
On one of the documentaries, they have this old. I'm saying he's gay because that's relevant to what they asked him to do on the show. So one of the guys who was helping.
So his role was to be gay?
Listen.
Okay. Wow.
So
okay.
One of the guys, he was like helping with all their like marketing and doing all these things, and then they were trying to get water flown into the island, but Buddy couldn't pay for it because he didn't have money.
Okay.
So he asked the dude, because the guy was gay, he asked him to go over there and give the guy head who had access to the water.
Wait a minute.
Yes. And the guy went over there prepared to give the dude head in order for them to get all those cases of water.
That's all.
That's what he was willing to do.
Not gonna say anything.
Yeah, he was willing to do that to help Buddy out, even though he knew Buddy was playing him. Now, this is what is crazy. That guy now has a deal from the Evian Water Company.
Yo!
And I'm a little bit bugged out because, one, it's a little bit weird that people are just handing out deals after someone's on national television talking about how they almost, sucked something for it. I feel like that's a weird person to bring on into the company.
Oh, they knew he was serious. He was like, this guy is down for us. He will do whatever we need him to do.
I'm saying, he really, even on the documentary, he was like, I was fully prepared to do this. I couldn't believe it.
He's a writer.
But yeah, his name was Andy King. And so he was supposed to be...
His name was Andy King?
Yeah, well, I guess his name still is Andy King. Why did I say was? Past tense.
Was. Yeah.
Yo. But let's see, in quotes, he said, I got to the office fully prepared to suck his D. Wow. He was going to do that to save the festival. Yo, white folks are wild, bro.
Yes, he's white.
Yes, he's a white dude. I'm saying that because I'm just telling you what it is. I couldn't believe. Shout out to Andy King for finessing the deal, though.
Andy King,
reach
out to me.
Why do you need Andy King to reach out to you?
Well, apparently he knows how to get some shit done.
That's true. That's very true.
We need you on our team.
All right. Andy, I don't need you for shit, all right? We can find something for you over here, though. If you can help Track Talk Radio, I'll take some free cases of water. If you've already, send me some water.
Whatever the case may be.
Before we started the show, Sheri and I were watching the Don't Fuck With Cats documentary. So when we come back from break, we're going to talk a little bit about that because there's an update about the Luca Magnotta character. And Sheri hadn't actually finished the documentary, and so we kind of closed it out. But after we come back from listening to some music, we're going to talk about what's going on with this weird-ass motherfucker. Because apparently, there's some people are still reaching out to him. Like, they want to be involved with him, which is weird because I can't see how another human would want to be invested in somebody who's doing life in prison.
Well, most serial killers are just killers have huge fans. It's a real thing. I'm not into it. It's not my thing. But most serial killers have big old fans.
Who'da thunk it? I mean,
it's true.
I ain't gonna lie, fam. I would like to get some more fans, but I'm not killing for it. It's not gonna happen.
No.
Because I like being able to have to walk around like knowing that I don't have a body just in the trunk. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to have to stress about shit like that. So when we come back from break, we will get back into what's cracking with Luca. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. We got more to come with Sheri. We're through the first half hour of the show. We're a little bit slower than normal, because I'm still recovering from, being half dead.
Yeah.
I was almost at the end of that tunnel, y'all. And then my Wolverine, healing powers kicked in about a week late, but they kicked in and now I'm healed up, kinda. So
enough to be here for y'all.
Enough to be here,
Make
exactly.
sure you guys are stay tuned with us.
Tell them.
Make sure you guys tap in every Thursday, Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
It's the Memeco Jackson Show. It's lit. So we're going to take a quick break and then we'll be right back. Let's get this music cracking. Man.
So funny.
I just can't believe that this dude has somebody who's trying to marry him. Why would you want to marry somebody that's in jail?
If you look at Ted Bundy and all the, they all had women that loved him, adored him.
That's true.
They all do.
That is true. I think this is a dude, though. I mean, but that's his preference, but maybe
this guy's gay?
I think so, yeah.
Everybody gay, right?
The cannibal killer is engaged to be married after falling in love with another murderer on a dating website for prisoners.
But that doesn't mean it's a guy. Have you ever watched Love After Lockup?
I haven't read that part yet, but I think he was only into dudes. I don't think he likes girls.
I didn't catch that, but
Anthony Joe Lynn, who is serving life for stabbing another inmate to death in the shower. The pair are set to wed on June 26th.
Of this year?
Yeah.
In prison?
I think so.
Well, I think they're both, yeah. Oh.
Yo, that's wild.
Congratulations.
So we got to talk about that on the show. Listen. And I know for some of y'all, there's a lot of y'all that are really out here and you're just having terrible luck with love. And I get it. Hearing a story like this probably upsets you because you're thinking to yourself, how can somebody from prison doing a life sentence find love and I can't? And I'm going to tell you why. It's because you're just not doing it for the people out here. This type of shit, for some reason,
you're not exciting enough.
As I'm saying, it gets people going, it excites them. If you really want to increase your numbers, you might have to do some wild shit.
That's facts.
It ain't just cooking and cleaning no more. Like some people don't care about that shit because a lot of people can cook their own food and clean their own drawers.
Or just kill people.
I mean, that's an option too. I mean, it's a terrible option, but yes, if you want to, you can kill some folks too. I mean, I'm not recommending that.
No.
Let's be clear. We are not condoning the art. I said the art. We are not condoning murder. Let me stop, bro. Let me stop.
Wait a minute.
That is not what I meant. I just,
Well,
I'm just saying.
Move over here.
Stop.
Just kidding.
Y'all already know me. I'm way too lazy for all that. But listen, there are a lot of other things you can do besides killing if you're trying to find love. I mean, listen, I'm not great at love, but I'm a good matchmaker. So, if there's somebody that you want and you've picked them out, let me know and I'll talk to them for you. And then
comment.
Yeah, comment below. I'm serious.
Tag them.
I'll reach out to them for y'all. I'll big you up. I mean, there's gonna be a small fee, like a plate of food or something, or like if you can make lumpia, that could cover all your costs right there.
I haven't had that in so long.
That's what I'm saying. I've really been craving lumpia.
We need that.
I accept payment in weird ways, mainly just food. Don't take that. Pause. We're not taking weird payments. Mainly just food. Gummy bears, all kinds of snacks. I like the snacks, so send me some snacks and I'll find you a husband or a wife because I'm that good.
Cash App.
Yeah, you get Cash App. If you don't have snacks, it's $25 minimum. And then I base my the fees increase based on how ugly you are. I'm sorry, because that's gonna be some of it. If your personality's bad, hit me up and I'll send the paperwork to you. I got a whole, it's a whole thing.
So, yeah, crazy that you can't just be a regular human being and fall in love anymore these days. Things got to be exciting and new.
Yeah, nobody wants, ordinary. Who wants that? Because you know
You'd
what the
be
thing
surprised.
is?
The fucked up part is, excuse my language. Anyways, not that we can't cuss, but a lot of people, we try not to. A lot of people have absolutely nothing and have girls just falling over them.
Yo, that's crazy. I've been one of those dudes before. Shoot, I probably still am. I don't really have a whole lot either. But I know what you mean, though, because I actually know some dudes who, even I'm like, yo, my man, you still don't have a job? No job, hardly any bills, and they're on a date every other week. How are you
or
on a
have
date
a whole
every other
lady
week?
that they live with? That happens. Anyhow,
does happen.
you guys step your game up.
You know,
don't kill people.
This generation is very, not even the generation, just the era that we're in is very dusty right now for dating.
Yeah, everything has to be this fast. And if you can't give somebody what they need this fast or this certain way as fast as they want it, they're very unsatisfied.
Yeah,
Happens
I agree with that.
It happens a lot. Listen, guys, real life is not the same as on your phone or computer or tablet. Real life takes time.
That's very true.
Effort.
And you know, there's a lot of people who are really hoping that they can get what they see on Instagram or on Facebook.
It's not the same.
And you know, they want the perfect person, that person that's getting all the likes and all that shit. And people really don't want that. Because when you're with somebody who's obtaining a lot of likes from strangers on the internet, all it does is it messes with your psyche.
Yeah, it does.
Because then you're stressed about it. Because you're like, oh, who's that liking now?
Yeah.
And who's this and who's that? And I'm here to tell you, if you follow me, or say you had interest in me, the people who follow me, fam, it's the internet.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know if most of those people are even real or not.
It's very hard for me to be in a relationship at all. Because people think everybody knows me. And everybody does, but that doesn't mean they know me.
That's what I'm saying.
They know me from internet or at an event or stuff I do, like as far as Track Talk Radio goes. That does not mean you know me in any sense of the word. I am a whole different human being behind closed doors.
You know how many people actually think my first name is Memecool? That's not a name, fam. That's a name I made up. I made that up.
There's going to be children in 2022 named that.
That's true. And that's going to be all because of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just crazy.
Somebody's middle name is definitely going to be Memecool.
It has to be. And that will be because of me. I'm so excited about that. Look what I've started. Oh my God. I'm going to the top. Yeah, man. It's pretty crazy, man. Relationships and dating in 2020 is very hard.
It is.
I mean, I feel like it's been hard for, I can't say eternity, because I haven't been here that damn long. But I've been around long enough to know that I know people who were a part of a time when you would meet somebody and like y'all would connect.
Like court them a little bit.
Yeah, you would date them and it was just y'all. And then y'all could make it 50, 60, 75 years. Like you didn't walk away from that unless somebody ended up dying. Now we're in an age where, fam, people...
3 years tops.
And even that's long.
He said, yo, wait a minute, 3 years.
Even 3 years is like, for some people, it's like, man, where have the last 3 years of my life gone? Like, fuck.
I need an update.
Like 3 years ago ain't really even that long. Like
you're not even relevant anymore. Anyways, that's a horrible thing to say, but that's how people think.
Yeah.
And also, I saw something recently that said, it was a post from somebody I know and care about, but they were like posting about how women try to be just as like men now.
Yeah, I can see that.
They're just like,
yo, some of my homegirls
their mentality and the way they are, they're just like, it's like talking to a dude. You can't even talk to a woman like a woman anymore half the time.
Yo, shout out to a few of my homegirls. Y'all know who y'all are. Literally, we be having conversations where they talk about playing niggas. I love it. I love it. You know why?
But I mean, even during a relationship, they act like it's like it's like battling an alpha male, but she's your female.
Hey, there are some that are like that. But shout out to the ones that are no longer taking shit from niggas in 2020.
That I agree with. Stay strong, ladies.
Yeah.
Because these motherfuckers are terrible, but women are terrible too. So don't get it twisted.
You know
what? You just gotta know. You gotta know what the fuck is going on.
Exactly. And even as a man, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't get offended by stuff like that because I know we're garbage. It's okay. some of us are just a little more garbage than others, but I mean, everybody's a little bit garbage. It happens. I mean, not so much me, but a lot of y'all. It's never really me. I mean, come on. Look at me, man. Come on. But yeah, I'm starting to become a fan of, I like the idea of a relationship and like what it stands for and like that connection with somebody. But I think I'm not a fan of like the process to
which is important.
Which is very important. But like I feel like I'm a good enough judge of character where I could be like, look, like I know, because at this point it just has to be like, can I tolerate this shit?
You can't just be like, I picked you, you should be grateful.
No, like not like that. But I feel like if I go out on like a handful of dates with somebody, I usually have a good idea of like what I want to continue to do this long term. Because I've purposely put that girl in situations where it's real life.
Yeah.
Not like every time I see you can't just be a fun ass date. Sometimes you don't have to like.
He's like the Kendrick Lamar and Rihanna commercial. He's like loyalty, loyalty, loyalty. I said commercial, but I meant video. Where she's hanging over, like she's supposed to just hang over the edge and no. It's a little tougher than that.
I don't think I ever saw that, but that sounds like
you've never
wild
seen
shit.
that video.
I don't think I ever saw that video. That's an okay song to me, but that album, that was just okay.
Yeah, she just like looks up at him now. Mind you, they had already been together, but the fact of the matter is, oftentimes you can't, even if somebody you've been with, you can't just look up at them and expect that they're gonna just. It's like the trust fall.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like the trust fall.
Yo, I saw a video today where a guy was at like a seminar, did a trust fall with a girl, and he let her fall, and then was like, "See, you can't trust anybody." And she actually ended up getting hurt.
Fucked up though. She got hurt.
Yeah, I think she got hurt. Right, savage.
Anyway,
that shit was pretty funny. Though.
Aside from all this relationship stuff, we're gonna come back and talk about this crazy shit that we were talking about.
Which is relationship shit. Yeah,
it is relationship stuff. It all comes around.
Yeah. We got 30 seconds and then we back on the air.
We're gonna talk about some crazy shit though, and we have some other stuff to talk about.
I feel like I might need some more water though.
Okay.
Water? I need some water?
We're gonna get him some water, maybe a glass of tea. He is still dealing with the.
I definitely need some tea.
The laryngitis. Yo, I was tripping when you said you had that.
Welcome back. It's your man Minkle Jackson. This is the Minkle Jackson Show. It is Tuesday. What day is it?
20.
January 21st, man. Holy shit. We have our first co-host of the show's history because we're on episode 27.
Ooh,
I think
27.
I think I'm too late because I think I said by 25 we would try to start having guests. But, you know, we had some little snafus, but I'm trying to keep everything. I'm trying to make it happen. So why not have our first co-host be the CEO of Track Talk Radio? Sheri, tell them who you are.
What up, everybody? I'm Miss Tack Talk, also known as Sheri. It's my government. CEO of Track Talk Radio. Glad to have you guys here. Make sure you guys follow him on YouTube and every other thing at Minkle Jackson. We're going to talk about a couple of things coming up with some weirdo that he knows a lot more about than I do, but I did get a chance to see some of the documentary, and the shit is crazy.
So we're talking about the Don't Fuck With Cats documentary. Y'all remember that weirdo that was from Canada, or do they call they call it Canada? Is it
Canadian?
Canada?
It's Canadian.
Canada?
I'm sure it's Canadian.
I don't know, man. I've never been to Canada.
Me neither. Lori went. She went and saw Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Shout out to Lori. Lori is Sheri's sister. Believe it or not, yeah, shout out to Lori. I think Lori is actually the one who got us connected via Snapchat.
Yes, indeed.
Because she said she used to follow my little Snap thing, which I don't know why anybody was watching that shit.
Because that shit was funny. Is funny.
Shout out to Lori for wanting to tolerate that shit.
We got a bug in here flying around.
That's stupid funny. But yeah, so Canada. Buddy's in Canada. He ends up killing a dude, chopping him up, sending him to government agencies, all that type of stuff. Flees the country, and then ends up getting picked up in Berlin, gets brought back to Canada, and now he's doing life in prison. He claims that he was framed and set up by some person named Manny, but we all know that Manny ain't real, fam. We saw you on the apartment security footage. It was just you. You were the only person walking back and forth to the dumpster, dropping off body parts and all that type of shit. So anyway.
There's a little more backstory to it, though.
A lot more backstory. Y'all check it out. The documentary is on Netflix. It's called Don't Fuck With Cats or something like that. We were watching a little bit of it before we started the show because Sheri had yet to see it, but she'd heard about it. But the update that I have for y'all today was that fam is getting married in prison to another murderer named Anthony Jolin. This is crazy, bro. So, listen, for any of you out there that are struggling with dating and you haven't found the right one, just remember there are shows like My 600-Pound Life. There's people in jail, and they're getting that nookie. So there's still hope for you. Stay strong out there. Maybe you can be like Luca, and you can pick you up somebody. I mean, I can't believe this. They really think that this dude killed and ate pieces of the guy that he chopped up.
He chopped him up. Mind you, he chopped him
know.
up. Oh, I didn't know he ate him.
Yeah, he ate some of them.
I mean, okay. I was going to ask a bunch of questions because I got to finish the documentary, so I'm not going to like.
What's your first question though? Because I think most people by now had already watched it because that's just mad old.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. How do you eat somebody? Like, how do you eat a body? That's just like so fucking. To me, yeah, it's fucked up to chop somebody up, but to like take bites out of it while you're doing it, I don't get that.
You know what's crazy? I was thinking the same thing when I watched the documentary is how is fam able to stomach eating another human?
I mean...
And there was another killer that's
I'm
like
assuming it was raw?
I mean, listen. There's a lot of people.
I'm assuming he wasn't like, raw, you know what? I'm gonna chop this guy up and then keep the good parts and fry him up. Like,
what's the good part of a human?
I don't
like
know.
The skin on the elbow?
Not on me, but I don't know about anybody else.
There's no part.
Would be like,
there's no part of a human where I'm like that looks good enough to eat.
Well, if somebody's gonna eat them, they must have a favorite part. The fucking shit is it's crazy. I was gonna say another word, but it's just insane. I don't get it.
It's weird to think that you would have somebody over to your apartment and then tie them up to a bed, have them on video, murder them on video, and then chop them up, and then take a break from the chopping and enjoy them as a quick snack.
Like, you know what? All this work is making me hungry. I mean, I don't get it. But anyways, we were talking about dating. It's like, you know, you've ever dated somebody and you're like, listen, I'm not here to judge. Like, I can overlook certain things. Like,
that's not going to be one of those things.
I'm like, how can that be one of those things if you just be like, you know what? I think you're going to change. I'm here for you. Also, let's be together. No, sorry. Oh, and by the way, it's going to be beyond that, so you have more of the story.
Well, anyway, let me give you some background on this situation. So, it says, cannibal killer is engaged to be married after falling in love with another murderer on a dating website for prisoners.
Which isn't uncommon. There's many dating websites. Not that I know, but me and my sister watch Love After Lockup, so there you go. Shout out to Love After Lockup. I should have said.
Sheri, do we need to have a talk?
You better, yeah, let's have a talk. Maybe.
Oh, Sheri. Sheri, you better not pull up with a nigga from jail. Don't do it to yourself. Anyway, so it says buddy's a porn star? I didn't know that part. Former porn star Luca Magnotta, Luca's 34, was jailed for life for murdering and chopping up his boyfriend in 2012. And then mailing his body parts to schools and political parties in his native of Canada.
Schools?
Yeah.
It does say that he liked film. So I guess it did.
I don't remember that part about the schools.
Oh, no, me neither. But it did say that he liked film.
Yeah. So it says
porn.
Yeah, he did like porn. So after signing up to dating forum Canadian Inmates Connect Inc. Oh, that's what it's called. In June 2015, the killer has fallen for armed robbery Anthony Jolin, who was serving life for stabbing another inmate to death in the shower. Luca, you picked a great one. I bet his mom is excited.
Oh, his mom? His mom's like, he didn't do it. I love him. By the way, his mom looks like a cat lady, so that's weird.
So his mom is actually the most interesting part of the documentary to me because she is in such disbelief that her son could have possibly murdered this person without being coerced into it. She really believes that Manny is responsible for this. Manny's not real.
Manny's not real, you guys. Made up.
Because if Manny was real, then Manny would probably be pulling up to this wedding. So they're getting married on June 26th of 2019.
Oh, they're already married.
No, 20, I'm sorry.
2020.
2020. Why am I saying 2019? I'm still thinking that it's 2019.
Yeah. That happens for like 3 months.
Oh, I'm tripping. This is an old article. Wait.
So did they, what do we got going on?
I think this is a little bit older. Why was I thinking this was from today? Because someone else had sent this to me saying that they found this today. Maybe this is popping up today because something has happened to it. Or with them in their situation, maybe.
Regardless.
Let me see.
This guy murdered somebody, chopped them up, ate them. Originally murdered some cats. Correct?
Yeah, that's how all this started.
It all started with him
cats.
murdering some cats. I believe that he taped one to something and drowned it in a bathtub. I could be wrong about that because I just caught a glimpse of it. But the second one, he put in one of those vacuum seal bags that you like buy to put underneath your bed, clothes and comforters in, and sealed it up and put it in a dumpster or sent it to somebody.
That is so weird.
That is awful.
That's the part that tripped me out, is that when it starts,
that's how he started.
You're seeing him kill this cat. Now, I'm not like I don't hate animals, but I'm not like oh my God, look at that animal. You know how some people get? I mean, I'm
not a cat person, but I wouldn't kill one.
I don't mind cats. So one of my really good friends, shout out to Kimmy King. Kimmy's one of my great homies, one of my people on my team, on my council. Kimmy has the dopest cat, and her cat's name is Mooney. Mooney is this all black cat, and when I stayed at Kimmy's house for a little bit, me and Mooney started kicking it. And I will say this, Mooney, I would be devastated if somebody hurt Mooney because we were that tight. And Mooney knew his place with me. He'll mind his own damn business. He'll go outside. He'll come chill when it's necessary, you know, and he was quiet. He didn't bother me. He was cool. So seeing Buddy on this documentary kill this little cat, I was like, fam, cats don't be doing nothing. I mean,
that cat looked like a kitten too.
Exactly. And there's sometimes they're annoying as hell because they just like to slap shit and do whatever it is they do. But like, come on, man, killing animals, that's corny. And then elevating from animals to humans.
That's a huge step, by the way.
And he ate the dude.
You can't take it. I can't either, but it's crazy to think that you could go from an animal to a human, which I actually believe, if you look it up, that happens a lot. But it's just crazy that, and what we spoke about is that once you're convicted and you're in prison for life or whatever, that you have these huge fans and these women or males, whatever the case may be, that are just in love with you and would just do anything for you. It's like, are you doing whatever you want for this person so they don't kill you, even though they don't know you? I don't understand the thought process to it, but I was telling him a lot of serial killers have women and men that just absolutely love them. We have no idea why.
You know what? That's crazy. I would love to have 10 million followers. But I would not want it to be because I had become a serial killer.
Right.
That doesn't sound like an enjoyable way to like touch the hearts and lives of other people. That's not what I'm in it for. We can't obtain that by killing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of limitations to that. Like there's no real access to your fans. Like you're not gonna get to really spend time with nobody. You're gonna be behind fucking bars. Because in 2020, you're always gonna get caught because there's cameras everywhere. The government has 1.5 million ways to track you. Nobody's gonna be on the land for long. You're going to be caught. There's no need for it.
Crazy. So, in essence,
What's our next story?
Don't kill cats or people or eat people. It's terrible.
But you know what? I would kill this dude. I mean, I'm just kidding, obviously. But listen, hypothetically, this dude deserved to have his ass whooped. This guy in Michigan bought a couch from a thrift store. A couch from a thrift store. And he found $43,000 in it. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, bad. He kept it. He went to Vegas, paid for some hookers. You know what guys do. White guys. I'm sorry. I'm only saying that because I'm a black guy and I've never done that. But I know plenty of stories where there's white guys and they get a lot of money and like they go to Vegas and then they pay for hookers, which is what I just said. So, Buddy finds the money, but you know what? He's good right here. He has such a big heart.
I mean, his name's Buddy.
No, his name is...
Oh, you're calling him Buddy.
His name's Howard. So it might as well be Buddy. Yeah, I call him Buddy. I ain't gonna lie to you. In the South where I'm from, all the black people call the white dudes Buddy.
Okay.
Because we never know their names and they never know it. They call us the N-word, we call them Buddy.
Jesus. Okay. He finds the money.
Howard finds the money. He likes to shop at the Habitat for Humanity restore.
Oh, gosh, this guy's just...
somewhere near Flint. So and this is where I took issue with Howard because I feel like you're close to Flint. You could have took the 43 racks and you could have helped provide water for a lot of families that have had zero clean water in the last however many years because Flint is still struggling.
Through it. Yes.
He purchased the couch from the store in December for a man cave. But then I guess he was shocked when the couch was filled with thousands of dollars in cash. So he even goes on to say that even though he needed a new roof, he didn't feel right keeping the money. And so he gave it back. He reached out to the store to find out who donated the couch. Turns out it was this lady named Kim. And Kim said the couch originally belonged to her grandfather who died last year. So right there, that's problem one.
You don't owe people behind money.
Kim, I'm sorry for your loss. No disrespect to your grandfather, but he obviously didn't want y'all to have that money because he didn't tell y'all about it. You gave away the couch with the money in it several months or whatever after he was already dead. If you didn't know about the money, you forfeited the money. That's how I feel.
I agree.
But Howard wanted to give it back. So, they found Kim. And Kirby his name is Howard Kirby. Howard even said that he talked to an attorney. And an attorney told him he had no legal obligation to give the money back. But he felt that he had to for moral reasons. Listen, Howard, I know that you're probably counting on the good karma. And maybe I'm just a terrible human, which wouldn't be the first time that I'd heard that today. Because I would have kept the fucking money.
I would have kept the money.
$43,000, fam. I mean,
he did the right thing in the beginning, but after the attorney said you would have kept it. Like,
that's what I'm saying. If you, listen, Howard, if you took the time to contact an attorney, you already knew that you didn't need to give the money back. Because you contacted the attorney to verify what you had already thought about, my friend. Howard's slipping. He gave back the money. Howard goes on to let us know that I really needed a new roof, but I just had to do the right thing. But he feels better knowing that the money is in the rightful hands. No, fam. If it was in the rightful hands, Kim would have knew about the money before she gave the couch to the Habitat for Humanity, fam.
Nobody even knew the money was there.
They didn't even know the money was there.
Nobody gives up.
He didn't want them to have that money. That's obvious. So, Kim ends up hitting a lick. And I'm sure while Howard's roof is fucking leaking, because fam needed a new roof, Howard's roof is leaking. Kim's probably been on 3 vacations just this year. I'm willing to bet. God, Howard, you pissed me off because I need $43,000.
You know what I'm saying?
And I don't even know what the hell for. Because, you know, I make pretty good money at my job, but I ain't gonna lie, $43,000 can help out with a lot of things.
Anybody could use
That's what I'm saying.
$43,000. It doesn't matter what your situation is. You find the money, I'm not giving it back. Sorry.
Sheri, I'm with you. I'm not giving that shit
First of
back
all, it was
either.
hidden in a couch. So it's not like it's just, it was in a couch, y'all.
$43,000.
From a thrift store. Somebody was hiding it.
A couch that you got from a thrift store had $43,000 in it. And
I'm not giving it back. I don't give a...
At least you know your moral compass still works. Shout out to Howard, man. Even though I want to kick your ass, I got to give you some props, man, because, you know, I do think about that from time to time. What if I found a really large lump sum of money?
What if it was like $83,000 and you only gave $43,000 back? Never know.
Nah, see, for me, the way I always think about it is it all depends on where I find the money. Did I find the money or did the money find me? Because I have to think as a black man, a lot of times for me, it will probably be like some sting operation type of setup shit. I don't think I'd be able to walk away. But if I accidentally was somewhere where I knew that I would be able to take the money and go home and had time to think about it, by the time I got home, if I recognize that I hadn't been followed, no phone calls were made to me, I'm keeping the money.
Have you ever found any money? I have.
The most I've ever found was like $20 on the ground.
No, I found $750 before.
What the fuck?
And I kept it.
Hey, kept that shit.
It was on the ground.
You just found the money on the ground?
Yeah. It was in an envelope. There was no name on it. I mean...
Listen, if I find $750 right now, I'm lit.
Yeah. I went and had lunch and happy hour with like 5 of my friends.
See...
I still split the bill. I'm just kidding. I paid for it.
See, and that's the thing. Is if somebody would have invited me out, I would have pretended like I didn't have no money. I would never have told anybody that I found the money. The only way...
I invited my friends out.
See, I wouldn't do that because if people start asking questions...
I didn't tell them I found the money. I just was like, let's go to happy hour, everybody.
Oh, see, that's smart. See,
it's not me.
But if I reach out to my friends and I say, let's go to happy hour, people are going to be like, what's the catch and what'd you do? You don't ever be asking nobody to go nowhere.
But yeah, I found $750 in an envelope. It was a bank, like the little white bank envelope.
Yo, somebody just left the bank with $750 and they lost that shit.
It either fell out of their pocket, out of their car, or wherever. It wasn't even in an area where it was like random. It was like outside like a Subway.
Imagine walking out after you just get 3 oatmeal raisin cookies and you find $750 on the ground.
I was like,
that's my life dream.
I was like, such and such bank, huh? I
was
picked
it
that
U.S.
shit
Bank? U.S. Bank. Fuck you for firing that girl. Damn.
But yeah, I found that money before. I've also lost a lot of money before. I lost $5,000 at one time. Fell right out of my pocket at a casino before. So, you know, give and take.
Didn't you tell me recently you had a story where that happened to you, where you went like out of town or
Actually,
something?
I have a joy story about I lost my wallet in an Uber. I was out of town, and I don't know if my wallet just fell out of my purse or out of my bag, whatever. There was $1,000 cash, not to mention all of my ID, all my documents were in there, right? And the Uber driver contacted me on Facebook and said, did you recently lose a wallet? I hit him back and said, yes, I was still where I was at. I couldn't even leave because I didn't have any ID. Actually, I did leave. My sister came and got me, but I couldn't actually leave if I wanted to. Anyhow, he reached out to me on Facebook, returned the wallet, and the $1,000 cash was in my wallet still.
You know, shout out to him, but he need to get his ass whooped with Howard. Listen, y'all niggas are dumb. You find my listen.
It was
I probably would have
too.
called you and returned the wallet, and I'd have been like, "Fam, there wasn't no money."
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you.
And I wouldn't have never been able to prove it. I would have, somebody else could have took it or whatever the case may be. I wouldn't have been able to prove it, but it was cash. It was like right under $1,000. It was like $950.
Well, you would have known that I would have took it because I'd have been laughing. Or when or when you would have saw me, I would have had like a whole new fit on you and been like, that looks way too new. This nigga stole my money. And I'm like, you know what, I did. You can't prove it, so
yeah,
kiss my ass.
Yeah, so that did happen recently, which never happens. Everybody was like, oh my God, I can't believe you got all the cash back. And I was like, me neither, shit.
Yeah, I remember when you told me that, I ain't gonna lie, I laughed because I was like, that nigga's stupid. I would have kept that money.
Yep.
Damn, does that make me a terrible human? That's probably why God don't let me find money on the ground, because he know I'm not gonna do the right thing. He know I'm gonna keep it.
I mean, to tell you the truth, I did get that money back, and it made me feel some type of way about, like, just like, wow, there's still great people in the world.
People. Definitely good people.
I'm still going to keep the money if I find some money.
I feel like, listen, I feel like
half of it.
God don't make mistakes. So
you put this in my lap.
So if he let the money fall where he know I'm gonna see it, he knows I'm gonna keep it because that's what he planned for me to do. So if I come up on $43,000, you know that was just a part of the plan. I'm sorry, Howard. God wanted you to have that money. He didn't want Kim to have that money. Because if he wanted Kim to have it, Kim's grandpa would have told her about the money before he died. And he didn't do that. Because Kim didn't deserve that money. Howard, you need a new roof. Your whole roof fucked up right now, probably. And you could have had $43,000 to fix that, my G.
Damn.
I don't understand it, man. Which brings me to my next thing. Yesterday was a weird day for middle-aged white guys. I guess they opted to use the holiday that we have honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And I guess they armed themselves. They put all their tactical gear on, and they went and had like a little white man's protest out front of some government building or some shit like that. I just think over the last few years, we've seen a lot of these guys pull these type of stunts on holidays and events that we have that are dedicated to black folks. And I understand it. As a white man, you want to feel like you have a day or you have something to, but fam, look, y'all already had everything. You have everything. Life is a pretty easy road travel for you. Why do you feel like you need to also have something on a day that's meant for other people? Some of y'all are very insecure, and it shows. And it's a little bit sad. Very pathetic. Just another quick example of when people don't get their way, they start acting like little bitches. But yesterday, it was a lot of those guys. I ain't gonna lie, they strolled down the street looking kind of scary though. You got a bunch of guys looking like they're fresh off the Call of Duty game. You don't know what's gonna happen, especially with all that. And the weird thing to me too is, I'm gonna say this. The reason why we think a lot of y'all are suckers is because none of y'all wanted to go out there with your faces uncovered. You all had the ski mask on, everything, goggles, the whole shit. Like, man up. Put your name or like a badge with your last name on the front. Don't wear a mask. Just wear like a regular baseball cap. That way people know who you are. Take your glasses off. Show us who you are. The problem with a lot of y'all is that y'all are cowards. And we see that shit daily. Even your own people don't like that shit, man. Don't y'all get tired of that? It's crazy. Sheri, this is our next story.
Okay.
How do you feel about Wendy Williams?
Damn, that's a big question for me. Look at your face.
Is it?
So, funny story.
Go ahead, tell him. Go ahead and tell him.
Originally, when I started doing radio and started doing different things, I used to be like, yeah, I want to be like Wendy Williams.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So, but this was a long time ago. Now, mind you, I've been doing this since 2007, so a very long time. I know you guys can hear my bracelet jiggling in the background. Sorry. So, today's Wendy Williams, though, is a lot different than how I felt in the beginning. Because she worked hard and she did certain things and she was like, whatever. And then she had her own radio station, and then she had like a talk show, and I was like, yes, those are my goals. I wouldn't say I wanted to be her, but those were goals of mine, and I always kind of looked at her in that light. Not so much today. So tell me what's going on with you and how you feel about her. Because it's a lot.
So
already know.
I will say, I think Wendy Williams now at this point is garbage. And I'm only saying that because, one,
Look at your face.
everything about it just looks bad. I'm gonna say that. And I said it because sometimes I'm not sure what it is. But I also don't like the fact that, like, all Wendy really tries to do is just shit on people. That's weird shit to me. Now, I do remember a time when Wendy Williams actually had a really good show, was informative, and people liked her. They trusted the information that she was providing. But I think that as she kind of peaked and stopped growing, she saw people that she felt were below her start to rise up. And I think she became increasingly salty towards a lot of other successful people within or close to her field. And I feel like that's garbage. That's what to me makes her garbage, because I feel like you should always want to see success for everybody. Like I respect Steve Harvey because, like, Kelly Clarkson took over his show. He wasn't like, fuck Kelly Clarkson. You know, he was just like, look, I support the girl, hope she does well. Does he watch the show? No. Should you watch the show? No. But
yeah,
like, are you like mad as shit and like hating on her? No. What's the point of that?
Yeah.
What does hating on Kelly Clarkson do for Steve Harvey? Nothing.
Yeah.
But Wendy Williams is not that type of person. She is somebody who likes to throw shade, and she has all, you know, her issues are well documented. Just like a lot of people who are famous and celebrities, all that type of stuff. But Wendy also likes to take shots at people in the way they look, which what she did to Joaquin Phoenix, so I thought was foul because she was making fun of him for having a cleft lip. And the weird thing is Wendy looks like a whole freaking under the bed monster. Like, doesn't he
said under the bed monster.
She don't even,
shit.
Man, she barely be looking human these days. And she had the nerve to make somebody who has a deformity with their lip.
Birth defect.
A birth defect, yeah. Like, so how are you making fun of somebody over a birth defect and you look like a whole defect? Like, come on, man. And also, I saw that she tried to fart silently on one of her shows, and it's just so obvious. It looks like she's in pain while she's trying to fart on her own show. Now, Wendy, fam, take a commercial break and take your nasty ass to the bathroom. That's nasty, okay? But I didn't like the fact that she made fun of my man and his lip. I thought that was foul.
That's definitely foul. I mean, anything that you have no control over, birth defect, anybody has mental problems, any of that
all
shit.
All the stuff. Yeah, I feel like it's foul if you're gonna go at somebody over something that they have no control over. Like, if we're gonna make fun of your clothes, like, you can go change your clothes.
Yeah.
You know. But, like, what's he supposed to do about his lip?
Right.
Like, and you're giving him a hard time, and he's just in one of the greatest movies ever created. And I see a lot of people still were saying Joker was trash, but I think it's a dope movie because we are in a time where now more than ever, we are stressing the importance of mental health and the care that people should try to take on. And that movie kind of gave you a glimpse into, you know, what some of these people go through and potentially how far their minds could take them based on the lack of love, affection, and support that they get from the people that surround them. And that actually brings me
is a big thing now.
Yeah, and that's what kind of brings me to my next story was Delonte West is a former NBA player, and this past weekend I saw a video of him where the video said that he got jumped by 5 guys, but it looks like the video they're playing is him after the fact with the police. And because he struggles with drug addiction and he's had a lot of well-documented mental health struggles over the last few years, he's literally talking out of his ass, bro. You can tell it's a beaten and broken man, and he's hurting. It's obvious. And what was really foul is that there were people that were making fun of him. Because I still think most people remember Delonte West as the guy who was LeBron James' former teammate who slept with LeBron's mom. They don't tend to remember him for his basketball skills, even though he was nice, he had a good game, He's left-handed, which the NBA doesn't get a lot of great left-handed players. He wasn't great by any stretch of the imagination, but he was a pretty good player. He started for a little bit. Him and Jameer Nelson did their thing when they were at St. Joe's back in the day when they were making a run at the NCAA tournament. Delonte was poised to have a really good career, and that ended up being shattered because I think he just couldn't stick with any teams after the whole Cleveland thing. And then after that, you burn through your money, you get addicted to drugs, you start using hardcore, you're not really taking care of yourself mentally. And, now he's basically homeless on the street and all these things. Now, Adam Silver is a good commissioner. He's much better than what the NFL has in Roger Goodell. So there have been a lot of past and present players who are reaching out and kind of saying that the NBA should do something to help him out. So hopefully they do in the next couple of days. But mental health is very important. I will always continue to raise awareness on this show because, shoot, even though I have my days, you guys saw me a couple weeks ago, man, I went to my first therapy appointment. I think that shit is important. Shoot, and even after this morning, I'm booking another one, hopefully for this week, because, some days the shit just be getting to you, and it's why not? If you have the opportunity to go speak with people, you're better off doing that than ending up doing something stupid. Now, I know myself, I won't ever get addicted to crazy off the top wild ass drugs that are gonna have me strung out with my ass cheeks out on the street. I'm not doing no wild shit like that, but hey, I am likely to go into a space where I would probably never want to talk to a lot of people again. Yeah. And that thought in and out of itself is pretty scary. Like, I don't want to end up in that space where I'm alienating myself from everybody and opting to, remain distant. You don't want to do that. So shout out to Delonte West, man. I hope he gets the help that he needs. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think mental health is a huge thing these days. And if you know anybody who needs help, please reach out to them. You can't force anything on anybody, but if you know that somebody is in a pretty bad space, just make sure that you stay talking to them, stay keeping in contact with them, and showing your love and support to anybody who needs it, because mental health is very serious, and a lot of us cannot, once we're in that space, oftentimes we can't, it's a downward spiral. We can't stop what's going on. And you don't want to be the person that says, man, I should have called them, man, I should have given them a hug, man, I should have offered some help or did anything. You don't have to do a lot for people. Just saying hi, just checking up on somebody, especially, I don't want to say especially, but teenagers and young adults. Grown people tend to distance themselves and can sometimes handle things, but anybody, it doesn't matter what age, make sure you reach out to them. Mental health is a big thing, and if you have a way to help, please do.
Amen, sister. Yeah, that is very, very important. Shout out to the people that have been kind of pushing me to go get help and speak to people. I resisted that for a number of years. And this is not the first time that I had been to therapy, first time in my adult life, but I had actually been to see somebody when I was a little kid, because I've been crazy since jump, man. I've been trying to tell you, I'm just here to terrorize people, mainly just myself. But yeah, I think now as an adult, more than ever, I think it's important that I take these steps, because shit, I want this radio thing to pop, but that ain't gonna happen if I'm crazy and, like I said, out on the streets, walking around Tacoma barefoot with my ass cheeks out. That ain't gonna be a good look. Or anywhere. I don't be in Tacoma like that, but that seems like a place where that would be likely for it to happen. Sorry,
He's clowning on me.
You know me. I'm always
He's
clowning.
Like,
Tacoma.
I'm not a fan of Tacoma.
I like
his
Tacoma.
Words.
I'm gonna shout out Tacoma for this, and this only reason. Tower Lanes is my spot. I love that place. Listen, if you have not been to Tower Lanes in Tacoma, you're missing out. They got indoor mini golf, and they got bowling, fam, and there's a small little arcade and a bar. It's lit. Good deals, cheap prices.
Tower Lanes, hit us up.
Yo, Tower Lanes. If y'all need somebody on a commercial, I will do it. I promise you. For free. Not for free. A couple of bowling games, maybe some mini golf tickets, and
relax.
I'll do it.
Okay, Tower Lanes, hit us up.
Tower Lanes. Listen, I'm in the early stages, so I'm still willing to do some shit for free every now and again. So y'all better hit me up before I get too hot.
Back to the mental health thing, though. I'm forever, and anybody who knows me, my sister, and a lot of people, I have always, and this is just me, people, and I've grown since then. I used to be against therapy. I'd be like, man, I'm not doing that. I'm a whole grown-ass woman. I don't need to go talk to nobody. I'll be fine. yeah, until I went through some horrible shit. I spent the last year, and this is actually one of the first times I've talked about it, but I spent the last year plus in a horrible state of mind, and my friends, family, and people that love me know that I was in a terrible state of mind. Although I still haven't gone to therapy, I am closer to changing my mind about therapy than I ever have been before, but I do believe that people need it. I was very fortunate to have my family there for me, so I felt like that was enough, but not everybody has that. So I'm for other people going and also working on myself to getting to the point where I'm comfortable enough to actually open up to people. But I do believe that it does help many people. So that's my little story.
Hell yeah. I like that shit. Way to rep it. And I used to kind of be the same way, where I would not go, but I would always tell people, if you feel like that's something that you need, use it. Because all it is, it's another resource for your toolkit. You got to think, while you're walking around out here on earth, all you're trying to do is just survive this shit, bro. Like, the seasons change, the days change, these people switch up, our governments are garbage, we treat people like shit. All you're trying to do is just survive. So you want to have a really strong survival toolkit. And sometimes a part of that kit, one of those hidden resources, is the ability to reach out and talk to other people, mainly professionals. If you have that, if you have insurance, if you can even just afford to pay like the copay. And me, I paid out of pocket for mine because I didn't have insurance. So I paid the full thing.
There's a lot of resources too.
And there are many resources even for people like me where you can get the stuff discounted or even free sometimes. So don't just say, well, I can't do it or I can't afford it. Especially if you're black people, don't do it to yourself. That's what they want us to do. They don't want us to use these resources, because when you start to deal with your past traumas, you start to unlock potential. They don't want that shit to happen. You need to get that help if you need it. My mom has been doing it. She's made tremendous strides. But other people in my family, friends of mine that I know, it's crazy, because when you start to do that and you're able to resolve some of that shit, like I said, you can unlock so much potential within yourself to be better for you, not only for you, but for your friends, your families, your significant other. All of these great things can come from using that resource that's in your toolkit. It doesn't mean that you have to specifically seek therapy, but getting things that have to do with your mental health in order and coming up with a plan and using techniques to keep yourself in a peaceful state of mind rather than a stressful state of mind, that's better than just ignoring that shit or bottling up or compartmentalizing or whatever the fuck they call it. You don't want to do that. All that shit does is it tears you up right here. That's what they're hoping for. You don't want to do that. So build your survival kit and use the resources that are in it. And one of those main ones is therapy. I promise you that. It's crazy. Now,
Preach.
I'm going to tell you like this. For those of you that think bananas and mayonnaise go on the same sandwich, you MFs definitely need therapy. So when we come back from break, we're going to dive into, is the banana and mayo sandwich a Southern delicacy, or is it garbage? And I'm going to tell you what I think. And I'm sure a lot of you can guess what I'm about to say. So we're going to listen. The next song that's about to be played, and I don't want to hear shit about it. I know how y'all feel. I know a lot of y'all saw that documentary, but I'm just telling you, for me, some of the music is just music. It slaps, okay? So it's gonna get played. I don't want to hear shit about it. I know that he's a scumbag. I hope he rots in prison for life. But this record, Black Panties, I don't know if y'all remember that, but that record, the album was fire, okay? I had that on rotation for hella long. We're still listening to it. So we got some R. Kelly featuring Ludacris, Legs Shaking. Let's get it. That is the cut, though. I know people are gonna try to give me a hard time about that. Why do you play that R. Kelly shit? Because bitch, it's a good song. Fuck. Banana and mayonnaise. What do you think?
Not a fan. We lightweight talked about it before. I have had sandwiches. First of all, I've never had a banana and mayonnaise sandwich, so I can't say that it's not good. However, when I think about it, what I think is mush. Mush. It's mush on top of mush.
Oh, bananas on mayonnaise? Like, someone told me cream cheese and bananas. And I was like, well, I mean, yeah. Because I put cream cheese on a bagel, so I could see myself putting pieces of fruit on it. That's how I can justify
So
it.
I've had cream cheese and bananas before. Also cream cheese and cucumbers with salt and pepper. The cucumbers, salt and pepper cucumbers with cream cheese. It's a great sandwich. Try it.
I can see that.
But bananas and mayonnaise? No thanks. It just seems like a slimy ass gross sandwich. What? It just seems extra slimy, disgusting, horrible
Facts.
sandwich. And for you out there that are now upgrading to like olive oil,
Say what?
mayonnaise, or the avocado mayonnaise. I'm not avocado, but avocado oil mayonnaise.
That don't actually sound that bad though. I mean,
Slimy.
well, hold on. I'm not
You know
a
how slimy
fan.
bananas are?
Yeah.
We should. Do you want me to? Should we make one?
No.
And
hell
try
no.
it. On
Oh
air?
no. I'll
He's
throw
like,
up.
I'll throw up on air.
I'll throw up on here.
I'm looking over. I'm like, oh, there's some bananas here. Let's see what we can make.
I'm somebody that I like a little bit of mayonnaise is okay, but like the fact that people really, really like mayonnaise disgusts me. Like when I was working at one of my last jobs, what were everybody there? They were telling me that they liked mayonnaise on some type of set, like mayonnaise on hot dogs, and I thought that was so weird. Like we had like a little end of year party, and we had a bunch of hot dogs that we got, and my boss was like, "Hey, get some mayonnaise for the hot dogs." And at first I was like, "Fam, you said that wrong. You mean the hamburgers, right? Because I could see that." She's like, "No, the kids like mayonnaise on their hot dogs."
Millennials.
And I did what I was told, but in my head I was thinking, well, if any of y'all like this, all of y'all are nasty.
Now, maybe I've just been around different people or just whatever the case may be. I've never had mayonnaise on a hot dog either.
Never.
However, let's go back to cream cheese. I've had hot links with cream cheese on them.
See, and people have told me that you can, like, was this a Seattle dog?
Well,
you get a Seattle
I
dog,
actually
they
think
put
it comes
cream
from
cheese on it.
I think it's actually Chicago is
The
where
Chicago
it comes
thing?
from. But because the first time I ever had it, which wasn't even that long ago, so I was like, oh, cream cheese on like a hot link. But immediately in my mind, it matched. It made sense. I was like,
Yeah, that don't.
but
that
my
don't
friend
sound
is
that
from
bad.
Chicago, and so it was like cream cheese, hot link, a little bit of cheese, and I think he said they don't even fuck with ketchup. It was like mustard or something on there.
See,
It was fucking delicious.
cheese on a hot dog creeps me out. I remember my little sister Gabby, which I don't know if she still does, but when she was a kid and my dad would make us hot dogs, he would always put cheese on his and hers. And I would look at them both and be like, y'all are nasty. But like me, I'll put ketchup and ranch on it, or ketchup and barbecue sauce.
Ketchup
But
and barbecue,
I won't
and
put
ketchup and
cheese.
ranch? No thanks.
Yeah, see, it's weird, but I don't know. That's just my thing. Like,
But anyhow, we need to know what you guys think about this whole banana and
yeah,
mayonnaise thing, and if you guys think that's a Southern thing, because I saw some stuff and some people post and comment about it saying it's absolutely not a Southern thing.
No.
I've never heard of it.
fam,
Also,
I'm
never
from the
tried
South, and I'd never heard of that until like the day I found the article and almost
Right.
threw up on my own phone.
It just seems like a slimy, awful mess. Also, I don't see where any flavor is there, really. Bananas are a little flavorful.
And bananas are hit and miss most of the time.
That's what
Whether
I'm
they're
saying. If
sweet,
they're
or
soft,
they're tart, or
or they're-
they're hard, or they're mushy. Like,
I'm like, and oh God, I won't go there. But
and there's no flavor in mayonnaise.
that's what I'm saying. Are you guys? I mean, so we want to hear some comments and some stories about what you guys might think. You can comment in 30 days on the Me Michael Jackson page about that, or you can go to Track Talk Radio, our page on Facebook, and leave some comments about what you think. We'll post this over there and see what you guys think about this whole banana mayo thing.
Hell yeah.
Now, I've had sandwiches with bananas on them, but it's peanut butter and bananas,
See, I've heard of that.
and that's super good too.
I've heard of peanut butter and banana. People like that. That's fine.
That's not too bad.
But anything mayonnaise, listen,
He's like,
I'm gonna say it. I can't see it being a Southern thing, but I can see it being a they thing. That sounds like something they would like. I mean, listen, man. Who's really requesting mayonnaise on stuff though?
Well,
there's no flavor to it. It's unseasoned.
I can see mayonnaise being on certain things. I myself always, and I don't use a lot of it, but I always have light mayo on my sandwiches.
It's okay. Like I had light mayo on my little Jimmy John sandwich I had today. It was pretty good.
It wasn't
but
bad.
Only because they put a little hint of it. It's not
Yeah,
like McDonald's when you get this, the
it's like
chicken
sandwich. Out the
and
side.
Bro, I swear. There's times when I used to get that McChicken and I would literally park my car in the parking lot and I would think like, if I go in there and fight them for this, my whole life is over. Yeah, y'all gotta let us know what you think. Mayonnaise and bananas.
Hey, why don't you guys make a video of you making it and eating it? Let's see that. Post it on the page.
And if you do that, I'll give you a $15 Red Robin gift card. Got it in my backpack. OG, no cap.
Has to be the first person though.
Yep, first person to make me a video and send it to me. It has to be sent by 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Wednesday, January 22nd. The first video I get, I will send you a $15 Red Robin gift card. I got 3 of them in my backpack, locked and loaded, ready to go.
We want the video of you eating a banana and mayo sandwich. And it better not be no light mayo. We want the real banana and mayo. We want the real banana and mayo sandwich. Yeah,
the video you have to make the sandwich with so we know that it's mayo.
Yes, we want to see the whole process.
Yeah.
Okay?
And you gotta
get a $15 Red Robin card.
And you have to actually eat it. Don't just bite into it and then spit it up. You have to eat it.
We need to see you eat it.
Yeah. Like I said, $15 gift card. I got it. Cause I want to see somebody who's gonna do that. How much time do we got? So we got about 2 more minutes until the song. It's like a minute and a half till the song is over. But then we're gonna go into our last story of the day, and this is the one that you and I talked about, where it's the lady and it was her son and her daughter and a couple other people, and they were
yes. Oh my God, you guys.
So this lady, how much time we go? A minute 15. So this lady is getting life plus 80 years in Philly. And her thing is called the Basement of Horrors case. Apparently, she had been keeping people locked in basements and finessing them out of like their social security checks and all that type of shit. I'm gonna read it, but it was pretty crazy.
About mentally disabled.
Yeah, some of these people, yeah, they're mentally disabled adults, and just anyone who was. Didn't have a lot of family or anybody that they could turn to. They were just taking advantage of anybody that they could. And they even used a couple of guys to, rough people up and do the enforcer thing. There's a whole crazy shit. So I'm going to read the story and then we're going to talk about it. Let's get ready to get it cracking.
Yeah.
Man, already 8:35, man. We're
Track
almost
Talk Radio,
done.
Miracle Jackson Show. You guys are tapped in.
It's
Thursday,
lit, man.
All right, I keep saying Thursday first. Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 to 9 p.m. Make sure you guys tap in. Also, go subscribe to the Miracle Jackson Show and podcast on YouTube. All of these shows are available.
The next song I'm about to play is my favorite, but we're not listening to it. I had to cut the song off real quick because I want that song to play after we finish our last topic of the day. I am your host, Miracle Jackson. Thank you for tuning in live on Track Talk Radio. This is the Miracle Jackson Show. Man. Sheri, it's been fun co-hosting with you. It's been lit. Have you been having fun?
I am having fun. I've missed this actually. I don't do a lot of interviews. It's been a long time since I've done a co-host or an interview, so this is great. It's been fun. Plus, I've never been on a show where somebody has multiple different topics to talk about. It's usually just like what I did previously was just interview independent hip hop artists. So this is great. I love this. This is fun. I've got to come back.
Hell yeah, you can come back anytime, boss. Yeah, we haven't done any interviews with anybody local that's actually doing hip hop. I would love to do that. The only problem is I struggle to listen to local rappers only because one, because I'm not from here, I don't know y'all's struggle. I only know what I know about these areas, you know, from the stories that I've heard from other people. And it would be hard for me to hear people who are like, yo, I'm gangster and I'm from the Seattle area. And I have had some local guys who do music, and that was the music they try to do is like gangster rap. I'm like, but fam, like, you live in Bellevue. No. And I'm coming to you as an OG rapper. Yes, I used to make music. No, it was not good. I made songs for the ladies, club records, and I had some gangster rap records. I had some diss tracks. My stuff is not very good. And so, because I struggle and I was a local rapper at one point, I'm like, I don't want to hear that shit. But I know that there are some very talented people out there. So Sheri's going to point me in the right direction. And I'm going to have those people on the show because I want to give them an opportunity to use my platform as a way that they can help themselves elevate their status. Because if you are still chasing that rap dream, you know what? I want that for you. Because I'm in a place where I think it's important that we make dreams come true, especially your own. Don't get to a point where you stop following your dreams. If I wanted to actually be an artist, a musician, a rapper, I probably could have been if I would have put more effort into it, but I'm stubborn. I didn't want to do what was needed to be done. And I also didn't want to be at an award show beating niggas up or having to stab people on camera like Young Buck, because unfortunately, I was one of those people that if you dissed me on a record, I had to come to your house, bro. I don't know. It's in me to want to be like, oh, you don't like me? We'll run it, you know? And people don't want to do that. And I also like know that there are actually real gangsters out there. And I'm not a gangster, dude. I'm just somebody that just don't be giving a damn. But I also know that there's more to life than getting stabbed up at an award show. So, shout out to you if you're a local rapper. I would love to have you on Track Talk Radio. Send me your music or send it to Sheri. Sheri can send it to me, and we'll set up a time for you to get interviewed, man. We'll get you on here. But I'm gonna make you freestyle on this show, so you better have bars. And before we get to our last story, I have one thing that I want to say. Because I had somebody try to tell me the other day that I was maybe, they didn't say it, but they implied to me that I was a little bit less black than what I am because I think Eminem is one of the great rappers in hip hop in its entire history. And I'm going to tell you like this. For those of you that think M is a guest in hip hop, art is subjective, you fucking idiots. If I say that Eminem's art is great, that's my own opinion. That does not make me less black than you. Eminem is not a guest. Even if he was a guest when he first started, he has done enough to prove that he does not have to ring the doorbell when he wants to come over. He can walk the fuck in the house because he's that good. His bars are that nice. There are not many people that can spit better than Eminem. So all you supposed hip hop heads and all this and that, anytime that you're disrespecting him and trying to say that he's not a good rapper, you just sound like an idiot. You're talking about a guy who's 12 or 13 albums deep, the like greatest selling rap artist in the history of rap. Like,
he came up when battle rapping was going on, and he was one of the people that originally started in this game. He didn't come from being a guest or being somebody that accidentally fell into this lane. No, he worked for it, and he was a battle rapper, and he's dope, and he's a staple. For real. And that's my opinion, and anybody can argue. I haven't heard his new album. I have seen the reviews for it. Some people like it, some people don't, but you can't deny where he came from, what he's done, and what he's done for this industry, period.
And what he continues to keep doing.
Yeah.
All he does is he spits crazy ass bars. He can come up with all kinds of wild shit. He can rhyme every single word together. He just does what M does.
And he will shut you down if you try to rap about him or try to diss him.
You're not going to diss Eminem and walk away without,
your feelings hurt.
Yeah, your feelings will be hurt. So,
your soul
M's new album, I'm not going to say it's the best album that he's ever created, but it was a pretty good album. I think it was better than the Kamikaze one, which actually just to me shows improvement over the last couple of years from somebody who didn't need to improve. He took it upon himself to make sure that the bars were better and that he was spitting a little bit differently. I mean, I think he on the Godzilla record, I think he set the Guinness Book of World Record. He spit like 230 words in a minute or something like that.
I don't remember what the number was, but he definitely set the record. So
M's one of the GOATs. It is what it is. So if you are one of these little local Seattle hip hop gurus that I follow on Facebook and all these other things, and you're one of these people that's saying M is garbage, fam, you're losing respect from somebody like me. You're more than welcome to come on my show and we can argue it and debate it. And I would love to hear your feedback on why you think that he's trash. But I'm telling you, if you believe in the art of spitting bars, he is not trash. Don't try to tell me that M is trash and then also try to be like, hey man, you heard that new Migos record? No, nigga, I have not. Because that is trash. So anyway, shout out to Eminem.
None of you guys are going to battle Eminem anyways. You guys can say whatever you want, but if it came down to it and there was a battle where they said, we're coming to Seattle, and whoever wants to come up here and battle me, and you guys did it, half of you would not have the energy, the bars, or the will, or the talent, or the guts to even do it. You guys would wait till that shit went on fucking YouTube, and you'd watch all the videos after the fact.
Yep. And then just talk shit like most people do.
And then comment.
You know what? I have some bars for M. They're not good. But I got M. Let me know. I'm one of your biggest fans, but I'll battle you anytime, anywhere, bro. No, I'm telling you. Listen, I got rhymes for days. But anyway, our last story comes out of Philadelphia. This is crazy. So I saw this the other day, and this is an old story. It is very old, but I wanted to talk about it because it was crazy to me that there was a person who was doing this. So this woman in Philadelphia, and this case is known as the Basement of Horrors. So what is this lady's name? Linda Weston. She was 55, and 4 other people. They held people captive in Philadelphia, Texas, Virginia, and Florida from 2001 to 2011. 4 victims were found in a basement in the city of Philadelphia. This is right around the time when they got caught. Prosecutors said that Weston and her co-conspirators, lured mentally disabled people into rented locations, especially targeting people who were estranged from their families. That's real convenient. You're taking advantage of somebody who has no family and also already has some mental struggles. So they think that you're probably taking care of them, but you're actually finessing them and they don't know any better. So it says she arranged to receive their benefits and forced 2 female victims into prostitution to earn money for the family when they lived in Texas and Florida. Authorities said that Weston forced 2 other females, I guess it's the same females. So Texas and Florida. I don't know why they put that on there twice. 2 other women died while living with the Weston lady, leading to a murder charge that made her eligible for the death penalty. Holy shit. Maxine Lee, R.I.P. She was a disabled Philadelphia woman. She ended up dying of meningitis and starvation while living with Weston in Virginia in 2008.
Starvation? Can you imagine dying of starvation?
Bro, that's unreal. So it says that another woman identified in the court papers as DS died in Philadelphia in 2005 after prosecutors said that Weston fed her drug-laced food while keeping her captive in a laundry room. Holy shit. So when the murder charges were filed, Weston had already served time for the starvation death of another man that she locked in her Philadelphia apartment for nearly 3 decades before she got caught. So this was not her first time doing
3 decades?
This. Yeah. Had already served time for it and somehow was still involved in this. So when Weston pled guilty, it was to 196 criminal counts, including kidnapping, racketeering conspiracy, and murder in aid of racketeering, hate crimes, sex trafficking, and fraud in exchange for prosecutors to agree to not pursue the death penalty. 196 criminal counts, bro. This is crazy.
That's super crazy.
So this says in October 2011, it said that the landlord of the apartment building found these 4 bedraggled adults. I didn't even know that was a word.
Bedraggled?
Yeah.
Look that word up.
You look it up.
It's a horrible word.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't even want to know. Found him locked in a boiler room.
Yeah.
One of the men was found chained to the boiler. So this is back in 2013. Prosecutors had to drop some of the charges against Weston and her daughter and the two others, so that way the feds could pursue their case. Imagine being wanted by your local authorities and the national ones too. This is crazy. She did all of this and only collected about $212,000 worth of Social Security payments over a 10-year period. You went through all of that for 212 racks? That's not even a lot.
Not at all.
That's barely more than what Howard found in the couch earlier.
Damn you, Harold.
Yo, I couldn't believe this shit. She got 80 years tacked onto her life sentence. That's one thing I've never understood about our justice system, though, is why not just look at a person and be like, you're just in here until you're dead. Life. Why do like 3 life sentences, 4 life sentences, or life plus 100 years? What's the point of that?
I don't know. They should just, I mean, I don't want to sound terrible, but if you are treating people like that, what's the point in even keeping you around? Sorry.
It's true. I don't know if I'm a fan of the death penalty. I think I'm somebody that's like, when you hear of a really heinous crime, you'd be like, yeah, give him the death penalty. But then like I low-key am not really sure if I'm feeling that. But in one area in particular where I do think it applies is it's definitely when I think of sexual assault.
Especially with children.
Yes, definitely with children. I think people who are like, doing all that wild boy shit, yeah. And people doing stuff like this, locking people in basements, not feeding them and taking advantage
mentally
of
disabled people who have no clue and who are often, because I've worked with them before, they often don't have family and they are left behind for people to take advantage of. Yeah. And nobody cares about. This happens all the time. This happened to be an extreme case, but you see mentally disabled adults get taken advantage of all the time, sexually, financially. It's terrible. I think it's one of the worst things ever. It's terrible.
It's very terrible. Yeah, the death penalty, that's one that I kind of struggle with. I don't know. I think if your state has it, I think you should use it. But I think that you gotta find a way to make sure it's being used for the appropriate crimes.
I agree with that.
I don't think it should just be willy-nilly. I don't know if I'd ever want to have the say-so of whether or not a person gets put to death.
I would never want that say-so either, but, and then there's, like, wrongfully accused. It's very hard.
And that's the tough part.
There's a lot of logistics about it.
It is some tough stuff with that when you start thinking of, like, a person could be innocent, and you hear of all the time. I mean, I think, Kim K is, helping people get off death row and who've been wrongfully convicted. And so I think that's some of where my struggle is that you don't want it to be somebody that's innocent. But if you know you got a person who's hurting people and leaving people locked in basements and stuff like that, I think the world would be okay without Linda Weston. I don't think Linda needs to, eat on the taxpayers' dimes like her daughter and anybody else who was helping her keep these people captive in basements. Like, if it's their time to go, fam, we're not going to be upset by that. Maybe some of their family members might, but listen, how can you really feel bad for somebody who had already done time for a starvation death, but then did it again and again and again? If they're repeat offenders, I think that's when I will start to lighten up on how I feel about it, because you have somebody who is actively making the choice to continue to hurt people and manipulate and abuse power and do all those things. So I think when it comes to that, maybe there's something that can be said for it, but I don't know. Death penalty, I think I struggle with that. But Linda Weston, I mean, that's an old story, but I had to bring it up because I read that and I saw that shit and I was like, yo, this is crazy. I can't believe that people do shit like this. Wow. So anyway, that brings us to the end of our show, because we got to play some music before we leave. I got to listen.
Well, I have to give a couple of shout outs.
We got to do some shout outs, obviously. But the song I have queued up is Bone Thugs and Harmony, Crossroads. You know, I gotta have that play, so I don't want to burn up too much of the time. But I did want to give a shout out. Trev Rich. If you know him on Twitter as Trevo in the Cut. I don't know if Trev knows that I got a show. Trev does give me some retweets every now and again because I post some funny ass shit. And I think Trev respects that. So I wanted to give Trev a shout out. I found this guy because I heard one of his songs when I used to listen to the Joe Budden podcast pretty heavy. Shout out to Joe and Maul and Rory. They have a dope ass podcast, but they played one of Trev's songs, I think, back in the day. Maybe that's where I heard it. I could be wrong about that. I've heard Trev's music from maybe somebody sent it to me, but then I started following him. And Trev's a man of the people. So shout out to Trev, man. You guys got to follow him on Twitter because he actually reposts a bunch of funny shit that I don't normally be seeing. So now that I'm on Twitter full time, I'm checking for that. But Sheri, let's get these shout outs and then we're going to close out.
What up, everybody? I want to give a shout out about a story that recently happened in December, I believe, of last year, just 2019. Shout out to Morier Eccles and his brother who passed away. Morier Eccles passed away, and then his brother is fighting for justice for him. We don't know exactly what happened, but we are looking for answers, and we'll probably do an interview soon. So shout out to Marquise Eccles and Jennifer Jackson for bringing it to me. I also want to give a shout out to the Ryan Show. I want to give a shout out to Total Tuesdays, the Miracle Jackson Show, and everybody that tunes in. Make sure you follow Track Talk Radio on all social medias, him on all social medias. And if you guys have music, you can send it to his email or mine, which is tracktalkmusic@gmail.com. And we can see what we can do about getting you on. And we are also syndicating podcasts. So if you have a podcast and you want to be on Track Talk Radio, please send it to me. That's about it for tonight. Me, Nicole Jackson, thank you for having me on the show. I'm excited to do another one with you sometime soon.
Sheri, you can come back anytime. I'm glad we were able to make this happen. Thank you for helping me continue to meet some of my deadlines. We wanted to have co-hosts and people on the show. People have been asking to hear other people besides myself talk. And I don't blame you because, you know, even right now, I'm starting to lose my damn voice. But, hey, it's been a good Tuesday show. We usually have some of our stronger shows on Tuesday night. So we're going to carry this momentum into Thursday. We, as of now, unless something happens, but we will have another guest on Thursday. I'm not going to tell you who it is. You'll see when the camera comes on or when the radio station starts up on Thursday. So, yeah, it's going to be lit. And then, yeah, Thursday right after my show is the Ryan Show. So you got to continue listening. That way you can hear Ryan and the guys, Hamptons Dave, Mr. Cheeks, all the whole squad. Shout out to the boys out in New York, man. They're out there doing their thing, killing it, just like I'm doing my thing, killing it over in the Seattle area.
That's right.
Thank you, Tacoma, for having me. You're Dusty. I love you. It's lit. I'm going to see y'all later. I'm going to see you at the crossroads. It's over.
We did it.
Well, everyone, thank you for tuning in. Sheri, thanks for being on the show. It was lit. We got to do this again.
Hell yeah.
I loved it. All right, man. I'm going to upload this. Like and subscribe. The button is somewhere around here.
Subscribe's like right over here.
It's usually in the bottom,
Likes
one of the
here.
corners.
Share's like right here.
Yeah. Do all that, man.
All of
and
that.
then, hey, it's going to be lit. We're going to have a good year. 2020 is my year. It's your year. It's our year. Track Talk Radio, Me and Uncle Jackson Show, all of our other shows. Shout out to everybody that's affiliated with the station. Send us your stuff. We have platforms. We want to use them to empower and enlighten and elevate people. That's what this shit is for. So hit us up, man. See you on Thursday. Show's over.